on YouTube, where you can watch and stream all of our episodes in 15-minute increments. We love telling the truth and bringing this podcast to you, and we appreciate your support. So fight! Fight the war! Fight the crap! Fight the fake news media! Fight all of it until your dying breath. The Fuck Podcast will be back soon. Thank you for listening. I'm Sean with Christina, bringing you the Fuck Podcast.
And nobody's for tampons in boys' bathrooms. But they are, because we talked about this interview today, and of course you're a historian and a journalist, you know about it, but most people don't know about it. Of course this is all deliberate. The CIA in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s funded Ms. Magazine, Gloria Steinem, Planned Parenthood. The whole thing is it's run by the globalists against our country since the 47 National Security Act. And they said in there, we're going to have ugly architecture, ugly art, ugly music. We're going to degrade the family. We're going to undermine the symbol of men being strong in the home. This is all declassified. And they sold that image to demoralize us and break our will. And we were asleep back then and didn't know the government had been hijacked. They thought Americans were intimidated and bullied and weak. No, we were asleep. Now they try to debilitate us. Now they try to demoralize us. Now they try to break our will. And we're conscious of it. And we're like, that's not breaking our will. That's waking us up.
So that was Alex Jones at the Tucker Carlson event. Did you watch it, Christina?
I did.
What'd you think about it?
It seemed pretty cool to me. I enjoyed it. It was entertaining for sure.
Yeah, it was very entertaining. Even Tucker Carlson and Jack Posobiec, you know, they weren't the headliners when it comes to entertainment sake, but they were still very fun to listen to and watch. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think it was really cool that Tucker Carlson and Jack Posobiec were really talking about, you know, how they've been degrading our cities, degrading our towns, and just killing people with the drugs that they're bringing in. And I just loved how they kept talking about that, and they talked about the illegals, and they talked about Josh Shapiro, the governor of Pennsylvania, Josh Shapiro. He was at an event for Kamala Harris with the horrible Ukrainian leader, Ukrainian dictators more like it, Zelensky. And he signed an artillery shell for Ukraine for it to go into Russia and kill Russians. So, how is that allowed? How are they getting away with it? An American governor of a large state signing an artillery shell that is going into Russia. How does that look? Doesn't that piss off the Russians, make them want to go to war with us?
I would assume so.
Right, especially if you can. I mean, Russians have phones. I mean, they don't have they have kind of censored media, but I mean, even the leaders, they can go on their phone unrestricted and stuff like that, and they look up Josh Shapiro. Oh, he's the American governor of Pennsylvania. Maybe we'll just send Pennsylvania a little nice surprise. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they could think that.
It's I don't know if they'll think about that. They'll think that because I think Putin is actually very stable and very smart. Because he knows, and everybody with a brain knows, World War III will be bad. World War III will kill a lot of the population. They say World War III will be fought with nuclear bombs, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Because we'll bomb the shit out of it. We'll bomb ourselves back to the Stone Age. All our technologies will be blown up, radiation poisoning all over the world. No one can really survive that. Not even the fucking globalists and communists like Bill Gates, who say, oh, we're going to do this, blah, blah, blah. We want human depopulation, blah, blah, blah. And he just wants World War III. They all do. It's like a little sick joke for them. It's like, no, we're going to start World War III. We're going to kill everyone. Really? Why? Because you hate us? Because we're in your way? Because we want freedom? Because we are tired of you tyrants? You damn cowards? We're tired of them. Do you want to say something, Christina? I'm sorry. I kind of got... I keep switching topics.
No, you're all good. Your opinion sounds really good.
Well, they talked about a bunch of interesting stuff. I think we're actually going to take a topic from this show and talk about it, because nobody's really talking about it. And it's very interesting and something that you might consider to be unbelievable. And we'll talk about that after we go to break, but that's in a little while. Is there a part of the Alex Jones thing that you want me to find and show to the audience?
Oh, the part about the goats.
We're going to show that in a minute. Any other thing?
Oh. I don't know, that's what's standing out to me.
All right, give me a minute. I think I have a clip I want to find.
Transcription. Pause.
All right, here we got a clip for you. It's a little bit of a long one, but I think it's a good clip.
It feels like, and that's what the Bible tells us: is there's an outside force putting powerful people in positions to carry this out, to keep humanity from reaching its potential destiny. And God gave us free will, and so there's the tester there, and so that is the mission and the existence of Satan, whether you believe that's a real thing, as I know it is, or an archetype. Regardless, it's there. And if you read the robber barons 120 years ago and the social Darwinism that came out of it, they wrote books and said, when we do evil, bad things and kill people in mass, we are the apex predator. We're doing them a favor to make them stronger. So it's really just eugenics. But at the end of the day, you study the globalists, they're not just trying to kill the weak and the infirm and the low IQ, which is you're not supposed to do as a human made in the image of God. You're supposed to build up the weak. Christ said, suffer the little children. What you do to the least of me, you've done to me. Better for you to have a millstone tied around your neck, be thrown in the ocean. But the globalists put fluoride in the water for everybody. They hate the smartest and the best and the freest because it competes with them. And so they're trying to stop their competition, those people that love God and have free will, because we're much stronger and more powerful than them, but we don't seek power. And every moment they're thinking if we wake up and take back control of our destiny, it's over for them. So that's why they hit us with the 5G and the GMO and all the garbage and the glyphosates in their own documents, is to stun us and poison us so that they can dominate us, not because they're strong, but because they're weak.
I think that's really powerful. I think
that's totally right. That's why they've set up the fake economy in the United States. This town was built on manufacturing, men making things with their hands. And that's been replaced by lending money and interest and selling the same piece of ground over and over and over. Real estate. And they hate strength. They hate strong men above all, obviously. I was talking to someone the other day who's not conservative, who said to me off camera, you know, the chemicals in our water, for example, are changing the sex of frogs. And I didn't want to be mean. But I did say, are you telling me they're turning the frogs gay? And this person didn't get the reference at all and goes, yeah, that's basically right. Everything you've said about the chemical poisoning of the human body is now just kind of accepted. Like, is it weird to see science catch up to you?
Well, I mean, look, what happened, and I knew what they were doing. This is like 15 years ago. I did like an hour-long analysis from South African University and a university in Japan, a university of, I think, Rice in Houston, and the University of Berkeley in California, that just a little bit of atrazine would bend the gender of almost all the frogs, sterilize a lot of them, and turn a large portion of them where they would try to have sex with males. It confused them so much in their development as embryos floating around in the creek or pond. And so I did all that science. Then I said, listen, this isn't about hating gay people or something. This is about chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. And I went on to say, and then their populations collapse and they die. And the frogs are a microcosm of us. Well, then within 2 weeks, every late night comedy show, every one of them came out and did a monologue and attacked me. And then it turned out later that they were being directed by major foundations and the CIA. They even later bragged, oh yeah, Chucky Schumer, we work with a body with him in a foundation. They actually came to them with a script that said attack Alex Jones, because they went, ignore the hour of serious stuff he talked about, make it a joke. So their joke about frogs made it blow up even bigger in their face. But you have to understand, they know people don't believe the news anymore, at least for 20 years. So it's the nightly comedy shows that are totally written by the globalists, and they give the comedy writers what they want them to do. And so whenever you see them, like, oh, look, the shots are good, we're all getting them, take 10, it all works wonderful, arrest Donald Trump. That's literally the CIA, the Carnegie Foundation, the Ford Foundation, the Rockefeller Foundation assaulting you when you're at home drinking a beer trying to watch some comedy. And so people think I predicted. God, he was right. The frogs are all turning gay. And then they're dying. It's been known forever. And that's Bertrand Russell. He wrote back in the 60s, he said, we ought to have a world government that just drops hydrogen bombs.
That was a good clip, wasn't it? That was kind of fun.
Yeah, it was a great clip.
I think I usually pick the pretty good clips. We both kind of try to pick them. So, I didn't turn completely off. Really, they are putting chemicals in the water, and that's why it's good to drink filtered water, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later as well. It's just, like, people say, like, there was one person who called Alex Jones, we were watching it, and they're like, fluoride's good because the government, because the government puts it in there or whatever, it's got to be safe or something like that. Mm-hmm. It was like something stupid like that. And I'm like, that's literally like, you're literally treating them as if they're a god, and whatever they do is going to keep you safe. So nothing the government does is bad. Like, the government attempts to kill John F. Kennedy, the government assassination of John F. Kennedy. I said attempts, but they actually got him. I'm glad DJT didn't turn him to JFK. That would have sucked.
For sure.
So, we are going to take a break. Oh, no, we're not going to take a break. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. This is not quite time for the break. You want to smoke?
Let's smoke.
Should we just put this on in the background while we smoke? I don't know.
Oh, the show?
Yeah, I've got it, like, turned down so I can play it whenever.
I think that'd be cool.
You know what? I turn it down because I think it sounds better than a sudden audio clip cutting off.
Oh.
Like at a weird time.
And plants, and then they put them and use to grow them.
Oh, wait. Okay, wait.
There's like a breakaway.
Wait. Stop the clip.
It's separate from us. The globalists have it.
All right. This is actually what we wanted to show to lead us to the next topic. Or should we show it? Or that gives a lot of the information away, huh?
Yeah, but we could just share it and then talk about it.
We could show. Yeah. We could do that.
Listen, I remember reading in scientific publications when I was first getting on there 30 years ago, because there's almost no shows like mine then, so I was on a bunch of radio stations, got on a local station, figured out how to syndicate, called a syndicator, said, hey, can I get on? They put me on a bunch of stations. And boom, I'm reading.